When the drafters of the Constitution wrote that the president, quote, shall from time to time give Congress information on the state of the union, they had no way of knowing what a spectacle it would someday become. And tonight, we've got to look at the big speech as you've never seen it before, from the social media frenzy to the surprise guests from reality TV to history's strangest presidential promises. Here's ABC's Jim Avila.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
Barack Obama's fifth State of the Union address had all those weird trappings America is used to. The long walk down the House center aisle to shake hands with congressmen and women who have been camped out for a full day to get that backslapping moment with the leader of the free world. Handing manila envelopes containing the speech to the vice president and the speaker of the House that may never be opened, since they can read the teleprompter from where they sit. The ups and downs of the audience at applause lines, a total of 40 standing O's on this night. It was all there. So what was new, besides 5 years of more gray hair for President Obama? And one of the Duck Dynasty stars in the audience snagged the attention of political satirist Brett Ehrlich.
The president should go duck hunting with Willie, and then we can really start to bridge the partisan divide in America.
This was a stare-down, chest-bumping president, angry and resentful about a Congress determined to logjam his ideas. This was President Obama, the go-it-alone Terminator, mindful he has only 3 years left.
But America does not stand still, and neither will I. So wherever and whenever I can take steps without legislation to expand opportunity for more American families, that's what I'm going to do.
Not too much applause from the Republicans on that line, and even less when Obama told Congress he plans on signing nearly a dozen executive actions, from minimum wage to internet for virtually all of America's schools.
The president basically said to Congress, if you're not going to pass my agenda, I'll do everything I can on my own.
Why the new, more combative president? He knows the presidency is on the downhill slide, and already his power to persuade is shrinking with Congress. ABC's Matt Dowd has advised Presidents Bush and Obama. So this must be a very disappointing time for President Obama.
It's a very isolating time and a lonely time, I think, for the president. Their ability to get anything done big is basically gone. He has 3 years left in his presidency, and you basically have to face the fact is, do I have to sit in this office now with little left to do that I can actually change the nature of the country or do what I really wanted to do? That's a very difficult time to be in.
One of the biggest factors in bringing more jobs back?
On social media, the top subjects on Facebook were minimum wage, equal pay, and climate change. The president's favorite word? Job or jobs. He said it more than any other president, 186 times in his 5 State of the Unions. For Obama, it must seem like he has said all of this before. We've certainly heard it before. Minimum wage version 2013.
Tonight, let's declare that in the wealthiest nation on earth, no one who works full-time should have to live in poverty, and raise the federal minimum wage to $9 an hour.
That didn't work, so this year he raised the stakes.
In the coming weeks, I will issue an executive order requiring federal contractors to pay their federally funded employees a fair wage of at least $10.10 an hour.
Immigration. He's been talking about that since 2008.
So let's get this done. Send me a comprehensive immigration reform bill in the next few months, and I will sign it right away, and America will be better for it. So let's get immigration reform done this year.
2013 was supposed to be the year of the woman. Well, maybe it'll be 2014.
And I ask this Congress to declare that women should earn a living equal to their efforts, and finally pass the Paycheck Fairness Act this year. It is time to do away with workplace policies that belong in a Mad Men episode.
And like with other presidents, there were the off-the-wall promises, a sports guarantee even, that not only will the USA's Olympic team display America's diversity, it's going to win.
When Team USA marches the red, white, and blue into the Olympic Stadium and brings home the gold.
Not quite as wild as Ronald Reagan's still unrealized dream of a 2-hour flight to Tokyo.
As they said in the film, Back to the Future, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Or President George H.W. Bush's environmental vision.
The money to plant 1 billion trees a year.
Of course, writing a State of the Union is high-stakes stuff. The White House released this video of last-minute preps today and pictures of his coffee-fueled chief speechwriter looking sleep-deprived and even taking a little personal flack from the president about his grooming.
You should have trimmed my beard if you were going to be on TV then.
On the Republican side tonight, little-known Washington State Congresswoman Kathy McMorris Rodgers, best known for being a working mom in Congress with 3 kids.
Tonight, the president made more promises that sound good, but won't actually solve the problems facing Americans. We want you to have a better life.
Some call that chance to respond a curse. It dimmed the presidential hopes of Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal. He didn't look presidential enough.
Good evening.
Former Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell indicted last week on bribery charges. And, of course, last year, remembered most for Senator Marco Rubio's mid-speech thirst.
Nothing has frustrated me more than false choices like the one the president laid out tonight. The choice isn't just between big government or big business.
But on this night, President Obama ended his defiant, ready-to-go-it-alone speech on an emotional note, turning to a wounded warrior sitting in the gallery, Sergeant First Class Corey Remsburg, recovering from a massive roadside explosion suffered in Afghanistan. The room silent and suddenly empty of partisanship as the president quoted the brave soldier.
My recovery has not been easy, he says. Nothing in life that's worth anything is easy.
Part inspiration, perhaps part warning, that the State of the Union in 2014 remains a struggle. For Nightline, I'm Jim Avila in Washington.
And we have one other remarkable moment to show you from tonight, this one much less inspirational. It came when a reporter from the local cable news station New York 1 was interviewing Representative Michael Grimm and asked a question about recent investigations into the congressman's campaign finances. Take a listen.
You're not me. You're not me.
It's a little tough to hear that, but according to New York 1, the congressman threatened to throw the reporter over the balcony and said, quote, "I will break you in half." The congressman has already issued a statement about it, pretty much unapologetic, calling the reporter disrespectful. Expect to hear more about this in the coming day.